section. So today, so first, the main concept and the first concept that we are going to discuss. Okay. So I think I will go with one notebook. Okay. So today we are going to discuss the first concept in Python. Let me write here. So what is the first concept in Python? Data types, variables, and operators. I request everyone to maintain a notebook while I'm telling. So theoretical stuff will be written and the practical stuff will be implemented. So if you're not writing the theoretical part, it is very hard to understand, I'm telling you. So let's say programming. Topics. The first topics, Python basics, that are data types. Okay, one after other I will write clearly. First we'll discuss about data type, then what is the meaning of a variable, then what is the meaning of a operators. Okay. So guys, data types means, for example, let's imagine everyone. Tell me the difference between these two, any one of you. So let's say if I write 12, if I write 12, if I write 12.5, and if I write something like data science, data science. So what is the meaning of these three? Tell me. This is normally a whole number. This is generally a number. Yeah. This is a decimal number. Yes or no? This is normally a whole number.
Yes.
This is generally a decimal number. And what is this? This is nothing but
String
text.
text.
It is a text data. So here, according to the Python programming language, so I'm writing here in Python. I will write the shortcuts, like all the theoretical stuff I won't write, because all the things will be available in the PPT as well. So the main points I will write in Python. Okay. So in Python, we have, in Python, we have, if needed, let's say, we have three data types. We have three data types. Okay. What are the three data types, sir? What I will tell you what is the meaning of a data type, everything. So in Python, we have three data types. One is known as an integer. One is known as an integer. And the second one is known as an float. And the third one is known as a string. Okay. Third one is known as a string. So in Python, we have three data types. What are the names? Integer, float, and string. Everyone you know in your home. Suppose let's say my name is Kamal, and I will be having some nickname in my home. So suppose your name is Praveen. So you will be having some nickname in your home. So the nickname for the integer is nothing but int. Nickname. The nickname for the float is nothing but float only. The nickname for the string is nothing but str. Okay, so I will explain you why, Kamal sir, why you have written these three. First of all, so keep it aside, just understand from here. In Python, we have three data types. One is integer, one is float, and one is string. The nickname for the integer is nothing but int. The nickname for the float is nothing but float itself. There is no nickname for it. And the nickname for the string is nothing but str. What is the meaning of integer, sir? What is the meaning of integer? Integer means any number without decimal. Keep this in point in your notebook. Any number without decimal. For example, 12 examples I am writing here. Example 12, 25, 2550, 7000. Any number you write without a decimal, any number you write, that comes under a integer number. What is the meaning of float? Any number with decimal. Any number with decimal. For example, same logic I will write. For example, 12.5, 25.7, 2550.0, 7000.7. See, decimals are there. Sir, what is the meaning of decimal? Decimal is nothing but not a straightforward number, but we will be having some one number after dot. After dot, if we have anything, that is known as a decimal. Okay. So in Python, we are having three different data types. One is integer, one is float, one is string. Integer means any number without a decimal. Float means any number with decimal. Any number with decimal. This is the most important point. Okay. So lot of people, even today, even they have 4 to 5 years experience also, when I'm doing the interviews, they will think string means text data. That is completely wrong. Lot of people will think string means text data. That is completely wrong. What is the meaning of a string? I'm writing here clearly. Most interview point question. So what is the meaning of a string data type? See here, anything in between these two quotes. I'm writing SC. See these two quotes. Let's say I'm highlighting them. Let's say I'm highlighting this one and this one. In between these two quotes, you write anything. You write numbers. You write text. You write Bahubali movie. You write anything, doesn't matter. It comes under a string. For example, see here, see here, see here. If I write Kamal, I am writing a text, but the text is in between the quotes. Text is in between the quotes. For another example, I will write 1, 2, 3, 4. This is an integer, but if I keep the quote, this becomes a string. So lot of people will confuse. Now you tell me guys, for example, 254.2. What is this one? Integer or float?
Float.
It is a
Float.
It is a float. Same representation. 254.2 in between the quote. In between the quote.
String.
Now what it is?
String.
It is a string. It is a string. So as I mentioned, in between the quotes, string means, I'm telling you, I'm writing here once again. String means not text data. Not text data. A lot of students are confusing. Text means string. No. String data type means in between the quotes. In between the quotes, you write anything. You write text, you write number, you write integer number, you write a floating number. Doesn't matter for me. Doesn't matter. Okay. It comes under string data type. It comes under string data type. So these are the three different data types that currently we are having in Python programming language. Okay, we are having another data type which is a boolean, which is not useful, like true or false. True or false, that is not an issue here. So because in lot of techniques we are going to use them, so keep it aside. So in Python, if anybody asks what are the data types, integer, float and string. Sir, what is the use of this one? Okay, you are telling data types fine. In Python, data types are there fine. Most interview point question is, you are telling data types are 3. What is the purpose of data types? There should be some use. Without there is use, why the topic will come to picture? So guys, you do anything in Python programming language. So anything you do that completely comes under either integer, either float, or either string. So what I'm trying to say is, if you build a Facebook application, if you build some other application, you build whatever you need, it doesn't matter for me. Okay, any application you build, Amazon, you build anything. Without these 3, you can't move one step. Why? Because see, you tell me guys, either you need to use the numbers, either you need to use the decimals. Either you need to use the text data. Okay. So for the text data, I will keep them in the quotes. So without these three, you can't build any software. End of the day. So that is why this comes under the data types. This comes under the data types of the Python. Data types of the Python. For example, sir, how to implement? As I told you, lot of things will be there, guys. Listen very carefully. So theoretical stuff you explained here, but there is a lot of drawback here directly. I will explain the drawback and how to gain the drawback also I will explain. So here data types are there, three data types. Sir, you told the examples I want to implement. I am very new to Python. So I want to implement and I want to see. I want to implement and I want to see. How, sir? As I mentioned, go to your drive. Go to your drive. As I told you, we will be having the folders recording, PPT, material. See, you can see the written kind of things, PPTs. Okay. So Kamal work, as I mentioned, here I am going to work in front of you. Here I am going to work in front of you. And suppose whatever the concept that I am teaching today, that same concept examples will be available here. Instead of you are wasting time by going to the internet and everything, you can find the examples. Okay, I will explain at the end of the section. So here I am going to work. Guys, tell me what was the topic that I am discussing? What was the topic that I am discussing? Data types. So to implement in front of you, what I need? You tell me what I need to implement the Python in front of you. I need IDLE. So in my Google, yes, in my Google Drive, yesterday, I think in the last section before the festival, I clearly explained how to install the IDLE. Okay, in my Google Drive, I already have the IDLE because I already installed. If any one of you not installed means, definitely you please install it by following the recording. So as I told you, right click on it. Go to the more option. Google Collaboratory. I want to open IDLE. Okay. So this kind of pop-up will not come for you because we are giving the access for the students. So security purpose. Okay. Just click on open Google Collaboratory. It is going to open. It is going to open the file. Okay. All these things I explained. Open the file. Okay. Open the file. Immediately opening the file, please rename the file. What was the topic that I'm discussing? Data types in Python. A very good name. Data types in Python. So opening the IDLE is not a very best way, as I told you. So you will open this IDLE. You will open the IDLE. After opening the IDLE, as a user, if you want to work in this IDLE, please connect with the Google. So this IDLE page will be connected to any one of the computer in the Google computer.
But I have one question. So ideally the documents, whatever we have discussed till yesterday, so those are not present in Drive.
Sorry, sir. Okay, that is explaining the IDLE. Whatever the thing that we have discussed in the last section, it is explaining the IDLE only. So if I share the file.
But you have saved all those documents, right? So it should be available in the Drive, right?
No, what I'm saying is, let's say in the last class, I explained the IDLE. After that, I cleared everything because I have removed this cell after explaining. So that's why I told like follow the recording. So same thing you can do it on the IDLE. So these files will be available from today here. Okay. So I connected to the Google. Okay. So as I told you in the last section, so if you want to do anything, you need to do in the cell only. You need to do in the cell only because cell is the place where either you can make a comment, using the hash symbol, or you can make a code. You can make the Python coding implementations. So one more thing I told you. So directly if you want to write the code, you can write, it's your wish. But if you want to write the theory, see, you can use the text box and you can write the theory. I want to write the text in front of you. See, I'm clicking on the text. Double click on it. Okay, see how beautiful I will write the text. Python data types. Python data types. In Python, we have three data types. Three data types. What are they? See, clearly I will write. The one is integer, which the nickname is nothing but int. The nickname is nothing but int. So, sir, why you are writing these symbols? Why you are writing this one? If you don't write also, no problem. The theory will come. But maintaining a proper representation purpose, I am writing all this kind of thing. Okay. So directly you can write the theory. It's your wish completely. So second one is nothing but float, which is represented with, the nickname is also a float. Third one is nothing but string, which is represented with, the nickname is nothing but str. What is the meaning of integer? What is the meaning of integer? Any numerical value without decimals. Same thing I will copy. With the decimals. Okay. So I can make a note here. Anything in between the quotes. Anything in between the quotes is known as a string. Simple. See, I have written the theory. So Kamal sir, what is the meaning of this one? So then what is the meaning of this one? So this I am writing. After running this particular one, after running this particular box, text box, this is how you can see. This is how you can see. So you're writing here. Exactly how you are going to see is going to show here directly. I already told you in the last section. If you write the theory, write the theory. After writing the theory, use, I will write here if needed, use shift plus enter button in the keyboard. In the keyboard, use shift plus enter to run the text box. Because if you observe what I have done, I opened the text box. In the text box, I have written the theory. Sir, after writing the theory, how to run? See, once again, I'm telling you, after opening the text box, after writing the theory, you need to run the box. After running the box only, it will execute. So use shift button plus enter button. See, for example, I am clicking here. See, I have written the theory. After writing the theory, I am clicking here. See, where you just see, where is my cursor? I am clicking here. Okay. What I am doing after clicking? I am pressing my shift button in the keyboard. I am clicking on enter. Simple. See, press the shift button, click on enter. So theory I have written. Theory I have written. Now you will be having one question. Sir, how you are going to implement? Sir, how you are going to implement? What is the first data type, guys? What is the first data type? Integer. Integer is our first data type. See, in the cell, see, write the theoretical stuff here. But whatever you are going to write in the cell, please mention with a comment so that it will be very easy for the other people to understand. See, I am writing 12. Just I am writing 12. I think a lot of people are not able to see these numbers. Am I right? Line numbers, if I am not wrong. These line numbers you can't see according to my guess. So if you want to see the line numbers, go to the tools option, go to the settings option. You can see an option that is known as an editor. You can see an option that is known as an show line numbers. Right click on it and click on save. Okay. If you are not clicking this one, it won't show the line numbers. Okay. Once again, I'm telling, go to the tools, go to the settings, go to the editors option, come down. The second option, click on that one and click on save. you will be seeing this line numbers. So in the first line, I'm typing 12. I'm writing 12. So now tell me, guys, 12 is an integer or not? 12 is integer or not? Obviously, it is an integer. But my question is, instead of writing directly, write a comment. What you are going to write, do it in a comment. For example, as I told you, comment. I am writing integer. I am writing integer. See, I am writing a comment. I am writing a comment. Below, in the second line, I am writing 1, 2. See here, you are writing the Python code and you are writing the comment. So if anybody sees this file, if anybody sees your file, whatever you are writing, they will understand, okay, the user is writing 12 and it is an integer. So comment, the power of comment is, it will explain other people what you are writing. Other people can easily understand. Okay, other people can easily understand. So for example, I am writing 12. I am writing 12 and you are telling me 12 is an integer. Guys, see here, one more time I'm telling you, this is the cell, the place where comment and the Python code you can write. Guys, how to run the cell? How to run the cell?
Shift enter.
Either,
Yes.
either
Pause.
either the user can use this particular button. I don't know whether it is a play button or pause button. Either he can use this button to run, or he can use shift plus enter. So he can use this one or he can use this one, anyone. It's completely his opinion. So see, I'm clicking on the cell. Suppose if I click here somewhere, guys, I am clicking here. See you need to see my mouse cursor. I am clicking here and I am clicking on shift enter. I'm clicking on shift enter. It is not a good opinion. It is not a good approach. So you are writing a code in this cell. You are writing a code in this cell, which means I'm writing 12. Click on the cell, whatever the cell that you want to run, click on that particular cell. Either use the play button. Okay, either use the play button. But if you use the play button, the cell will run, but a new cell will be not created by the computer itself. You need to create. But if I write 12, if I use a shift plus enter, the output will come and a new cell will be also created. So it's your wish. Either you want to use the play button or you want to use the shift plus enter. It's completely your opinion, the way of working. So guys, you see here, I'm writing 12. Who is writing the 12? As a student, I'm writing 12 in the cell. In the cell, I'm writing 12. Guys, if I run this cell, what happens? You need to understand two things. You need to answer now two things for me. Where I am writing the code, I am writing the code in IDLE. Okay. So in the IDLE, I am writing the code. Okay. If I run the cell, if I run this particular cell, what this IDLE will do? Can anyone explain me? Can anyone explain me? So as a student, once again, I'm telling, as a student, in IDLE, I'm writing 12. If I run as a student, I'm writing 12 in IDLE. If I run this IDLE, what happens?
We throw an error because we haven't declared it as any data type under any data type.
As mentioned, yes. As a student, I'm writing the some 12 or anything in the IDLE. If I run this particular cell in the IDLE, so IDLE will take this input, what user is writing. It will take the input to the computer which you are connected in the Google company. In that particular computer, Python software will be there. So it will compare with it will ask the Python software whether the user is writing correct or not. If it is correct, means the Python will give positive reply and it is going to show the output in front of here, because it is going to show, ideally is going to show the output in front of you, which means here. So same pattern will be done. I am writing the some Python in the ideally. If I run the ideally, see, if I run the ideally, see, it is taking to the Python to the computer, it is checking, and Python is giving the reply. Now tell me guys, whatever I written, it is correct or not? Whatever I written, it is correct or not?
Correct,
Obviously, it is correct. That's why the Python is responding positively. The Python is responding positively, which means as a user, as a student, I have written 12 in the ideally. Once running the cell, ideally is taking to the Python, which is in that particular computer which you connected. It is checking. Okay, Python is checking. Okay, user is writing perfect. It is going to send the reply, and the reply ideally will take the reply and show here. It will show here in front of you. In front of you. Imagine if you're writing wrong, what happens? Without writing int, can we get output? Without writing anything, we can't get output. We need to write something. Okay. For example, in this cell, I am writing 12 question mark slash $sim percentile at the rate some whatever the things that I needed, I am writing. So see here, as a student, I am writing this whatever 12 question mark slash these things I am writing in an ideally. In ideally, I am writing. So if I run it as a user, if I run it, ideally will take this input. It will take this input to the Python software and it will check. What Python software will do? Python software first see it will see this one. 12 question mark. What is this? This is not comes under Python. So immediately what Python will do? Python will give warning. It will give error. Error means warning. Warning. So ideally will collect that error and it will show here. It will show here. See, it will show here. If I run it, see. So okay, this error, what is the meaning of this error? Everything I will explain you slowly. Just understand here. If you are passing perfectly only, it will work. If you are passing wrongly, it won't work. If you are passing wrongly, it won't work. Integer. For example, 45.55. 45.55. Tell me guys, what is this? Float or what?
Float.
Float value.
It is a float. If I run it, it is working fine. So tell me float is, see, if I am passing integer, if I am running means I am properly, it is responding. Python software is responding properly. If I am writing float, properly my Python software is responding. So now tell me, integer and float are data types of Python or not? Obviously, they are the
Yes.
data types of Python
Data
because Python is responding properly. And as I told you, if you want to keep the comment, please keep the comment. Keep slash and comment. This is integer. This is integer. And I'm going to tell you one more thing. One of the most interview point question is, as a student, you are writing the 12 in the ideally. If you run the cell, this 12 ideally will go to the Python. Will check in the Python. Guys, now you tell me, this Python will look only 12 or it will also look the comment?
Also the
Python. Sorry?
Only
No.
12.
Only 12.
Only? Yes. Once again, I'm telling you, only 12 will be seen.
12.
In a simple way, if I want to say, comment and spaces. Comment and spaces are not going to consider. Comment and spaces are not going to consider by Python. This is just for your purpose you are writing. Okay, who are writing this one? Just for your convenience you are writing. So this doesn't comes under Python. Okay, keep that in mind. So for the understanding purpose, this is float. This is float. See, only this one will be taken to the Python software. It will only check. See, ideally will take only this one. It won't take the comment, I'm telling you. Ideally need to take If you run this one, ideally will take only this one, 45.55. It won't take the comment. Comment is just for your purpose. You are writing. Okay? Your purpose and you are writing. Next one. String. Here I want to write a comment, guys. As I told you, string means in between the quotes. So what is the meaning of quote? See, I'm writing here. Quote means, see, here, I mean, in between these two quotes, you can write here, here you can write anything. So either you can use a single quote. I'm writing here, see, single quote. For example, let me take the text box. Let me take this text box and let me write clearly string. String. What is the meaning of a single quote? Single quote means this one. Okay. Double quote. Double quotes means this one. Okay. So right here. Right here. Okay. Triple quote. Triple quotes means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right here. So you can write the string in any format. I mean, in these three quotes, anything you can write. What is the meaning of that comma? Let's say, for example, let me write here, as I mentioned, single quote. Single quote means, for example, I'm writing Arunachal. Arunachal. I'm writing in a single quote. You can write in a single quote, or else Arunachal. You can write in a double quote, or else you can write in a triple quote. See, anything is possible. Out of these three, pick whatever you needed. My recommended way is this one, because 99.99% of the real-time people will be using single quote. Kamal, then why these many things are available? Actually, what was the Python version that you are using? I mean, what was the Python that is available now in the official documentation? Python
3.12.1.
Yes, Python something is there, no? Python
Yeah.
3.12.1. But basically in Python version 1, this is how the string is represented. In Python version 2, in the first version, this is in the second version. In the third version, this we are using. These two also allowed. Okay, these two also allowed. So in version 3, this one is useful. This you can use this one, you can use this one, and you can use this one. Anything you can use out of 3. Anything you can use out of this 3. Okay, let me implement. So theoretical stuff we need to see. I will be telling the theory here. I will be writing the theory here as well. So see, one thing you need to understand, guys, here one more interview point question. See, in the single quote, if I write Arunachal, guys, if I run this particular cell, if I run this cell, tell me this whatever you have written will be run in line by line or all at once. So
All at
you need
once.
I think
No,
in
no.
Python it runs line by line.
Python is a line by line execution. Most interview point question. Do Python is a all at one execution or a line by line execution? It is a line by line execution. In upcoming sections, you'll get to know clearly. For example, if I run this particular cell, if I run this particular cell, first this line, okay, which is a comment, not going to consider by Python. Next this line, next the second line, which is space, not going to consider by Python. Third one, now third line, you are writing string. This is going to consider by Python. Okay. So line Python is a, see if I run it. So this is not going to consider because ideally won't take this one to Python. Ideally want to take empty space to Python. Ideally will take the third one, which is string to Python, and it is responding properly. See if you pass double quotes, for example, see in between the double quotes or shell. If you pass the double quotes, if I run it, see, it is working. It is working. You can ask me, sir, you are passing the double quote. See here, if you are passing the single quote, ideally is going to check in the Python software, and the reply from Python is giving the reply with a single quote. Here, if I pass the double quote, the reply from the Python is going to show in a single quote. Yes or no?
Yes.
Did you observe this one? Why?
Yes.
Just now I told you. What was the version that we are using? Python 3. See, in the Python third version, basically you need to use a single quote only. Double quote and triple quotes are allowed. That's it. Okay, you can pass as an input, but in a Python point of view, the output from the Python will be given as a single quote because the version is third version. Because the version is third version. For example, here, let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 left, 3 right. Here, Arunachal. If I run it, see, this is also working. Output is in a single quote because Python will treat everything like a single quote only. So now you tell me, guys, if you are using the integer, you are not getting any error from the Python. If you are using the float, you are not getting any error from the Python. Even for the string also. Even for the string also. So now tell me, how many data types are there in Python? We are having integer, float,
String.
and string.
String.
Clear now? Everyone till here?
So,
Yes.
So here, one more question I just want to ask you. For example, I want to watch a movie, okay, which is released in the Amazon or any OTT, Netflix or Prime or whatever it might be. Okay, I want to watch a movie which is released in the OTT. I don't have the OTT credentials. Now, generally, what people will do? So I will go to to be open, I will go to the movie rules and I will download the HD print. Okay. So you tell me, guys, if you have Wi-Fi, and if you have Amazon credentials, which means login ID and password, then only you can watch the movie, yes or no? If the Wi-Fi is available, credentials are not there, you can't watch the movie. If the Wi-Fi is not there, you have the credentials, you don't have data in the mobile, you can't connect with the hotspot, you can't watch the movie. Imagine same kind of thing if I download the movie in my laptop. If I download the movie in my laptop, how many times I can watch the movie? Tell me.
As many as
As many times I can watch until and unless I delete that particular movie. Yes or no? If I delete the movie also, it will be in the recycle bin. In the recycle bin also, if I delete, it will be deleted forever. Here you need to understand one thing. If anything that is saved, okay, if anything that is saved, it is one of the best things that we are doing. Yes or no?
Yes,
If you are not saving, for example, if you are working in online, fine, you are watching the movie. If no Wi-Fi, no internet, nothing means useless. But the same movie, if you download, if you have the charging means enough, laptop charging. So here also same thing. You are writing integer. You are writing float. You are writing string. In the online directly, you are writing integer, you are writing float, you are writing string. My question for you is, where you are saving this integer? Where you are saving this floating value? Where you are saving this string? For example, You have written 45.55. This same value I want to use after 2 hours. After 2 hours, I want to use this value for some other purposes. Can you use this value? No, you can't use directly. Again, you need to write 45.55 because you didn't save this value in anything. Yes or no? Did you save it anywhere?
No.
You're just writing the value, you are not saving the value. So here the question is, if you directly write the data types, it is not going to be useful for the next time. If you want to use them for the next time, then you need to save the data type. So I am telling you, in Python, one concept will be connected to another. So see how I will connect the concepts. I mean the way you need to learn. So you learn the data types now. You understood. My question is, if we write data type directly, we can't use them. We can't use them again and again. You can ask me, sir, here you are writing 45.55. No, how can you say that you can't use the value? Again, I will write 45.55. Do this means you are using the same value or you are writing again? You tell me.
Writing again.
You are writing again. You are not using the previous value. You are again writing the value. So that is not a good thing. That is not a good thing. So we can't use them again and again. So how to save them, sir? So like, okay, it is an online movie kind of thing. So then how to download the movie and save in the laptop, which means how to save data types. How to save data types. There you need to learn a concept. That concept is known as an variables. If anybody asks you why you are learning variables, means you need to have answer. Okay, why you are learning variables? Because if I directly go with the data types, there itself I can work, but I can't use them again and again and again. So that's why I am using a new thing that is known as a variables concept. Now, what is a variable? What is the meaning of a variable? Variable means, variable means which takes, you need to write. Guys, are you maintaining the notebook? It's your wish. If you go with the PDF kind of things, you won't get the Python. Everything should be in the notebook. Even today when I go to the office, I will take my notebook Python, because you need to remember all the things, which means takes data type, which takes variable means which take data types and save in the memory, temporarily. Okay, guys, can anyone tell me what is the difference between, what is the temporary memory in your laptop? What is the temporary memory in your laptop? What is the permanent memory in your laptop?
RAM is the temporary memory.
And hard disk is the
hard disk is the permanent memory.
Okay, so any one of you, like almost I think 18 people are there here, so explain me exactly what RAM does in the computer. Any one of you?
Read only memory, random access memory. That means
what it does, like exactly what it does in the computer.
It saves data.
Save data particularly for some time only.
Time.
Basically used for operating Windows and operating applications and all.
Yes, you are perfect. Who is that person? Yeah. So what RAM does? Instead of, so RAM is very simple. For example, I will write here. You need to understand exactly what RAM does, because the data it is going to save in the RAM on top of RAMs. For example, this is my laptop. This is my laptop. Imagine this is my CPU, central processing unit, and this is my hard disk. Okay, this is my hard disk, which hard disk or SSD, which means a permanent memory. And CPU, okay, in the CPU, okay, operating system, OS, operating system. Okay, this is RAM. This is RAM. What RAM does? What RAM does is the user, whatever he is giving the input. For example, if I want to open command prompt, for example, if I want to open command prompt, that request from the RAM, that request will be given to RAM. RAM will be given to the CPU. CPU will give the reply, and the RAM will be given to us. For example, if you want to watch a movie, you open the movie file and you will double click on that particular file so you can watch the movie. RAM will ask the CPU whether the movie is there or not. If it is there, where exactly it is there. So it is going to read the data and it is going to show. So what is the RAM? RAM is doing operations, doing lot of operations. That's why if you have a 4 GB RAM, if you have a 4 GB RAM, the RAM will do only limited operations. If you have 8 GB RAM, it will, for example, if you have 4 GB RAM means it will do 120 operations at a time. If you have 8 GB means 240 operations at a time. For example, see, if you have 16 GB RAM means almost 500 plus operations will be done at a time. So where you can use this one, all the apps you can use if you have a very big RAM, because it takes all the inputs, it will compare with everything, it will ask them and it will give the reply for you. It will give the reply. So in this kind of scenarios, I mean, whenever it is going on, RAM will hold the memory. What is the meaning of memory here? Temporary memory means, for example, see, I'm opening the notepad. I'm writing some theoretical stuff here. I'm writing some theoretical stuff. I am minimizing. So see here, RAM. So what you have done as a user, you opened the notepad, you have written some theory. This information, so can you mute the mic, everyone? If needed, then on the mic. Okay. So I opened the notepad. I have written some theory in the notepad. My question for you is, guys, do I save the thing what I have written? Did I save the thing? I didn't save. I didn't save that one. You need to understand here. I opened the notepad. I have written some theory. I am minimizing it. So, which means RAM will keep in the mind. User opened a notepad. User has written something, but he didn't save. So this is a temporary memory. So once you shut down the laptop, this will get disappear. Once you shut down the laptop, this will disappear. But if you save the text what you written, the RAM will take that one and will give, and it will stored here. Okay. So temporary memory means temporarily whatever the operations that you are doing here, temporarily. For example, I am writing the theory in front of you. If I don't save the file, all this text what I have written will be on top of RAM. It will be on top of RAM. Once if I shut down the laptop, it will go away. Okay. So here also, what is the meaning of a variable? Means which takes the data type and save in memory. What is the meaning of memory here? Guys, what is the meaning of memory? Hard disk or RAM? What is the meaning of memory?
RAM.
It is
RAM.
It is RAM. Most interview point question. Where the data, where the variable will store? It will store in a temporary memory on RAM. See, imagine there will be few people will be learning the Python for 3 years. If they are continuously go daily, if they are working 18 hours, daily if they are saving the data types, imagine if they are saving the data permanently. Permanently, Python will not save in the hard disk. Imagine if it is saving means 1 TB hard disk won't sufficient. That's why the variable means it stores the data on the top of RAM. Once you shut down the laptop, it will disappear. So variable means which stores the data type into the memory. Now the question is how, sir, how it is possible? See, how? Okay, let's see. You know integer. This is an integer. Okay, you know this is an integer. Okay, integer I want to store. Integer I want to store. So integer I want to store. If I will write like this, a is equals to 12. Each and everything you need to understand here, guys. If you write a12, a20, a1000, no use. You need to understand it. I am writing a equal to 12. See, what is this one? Integer. Okay. As a user, you are giving the integer value, which means 12, to a variable, which is a. So now what is a? A is a variable. Okay, a is a variable. A is a variable which is holding integer data type. So if you want to go in depth about it, if I write a equal to 12, 12 means operator. What is the meaning of 12, sir? 12 means operator. Sir, what is the meaning of operator again? I think a lot of people know plus, minus, subtraction, division, float division, multiplication, different things will be there, no? Okay, so mod functions. So this is also one of the operator. Operator means nothing but like plus is one of the operator, arithmetic operator, bitwise operator, things will be there, no? So like that, equal to is also one of the operator. Here you need to understand one thing. Equal to is one of the operator. Equal to is one of the operator where see, listen very carefully. Equal to is one of the operator where it takes right side content and gives to left side variable. This is most important point. So if anybody is writing something like this, a equal to 12, sir, who is doing the operation? 12 is not doing the operation, a is not doing the operation. The operation means what? Work. Who is doing the work here, sir? Equal to is the hero here. He is the hero. What he will do? He will take the right side content. The C I have written here. What equal to will do? Equal to will take the right side content. Right side might be anything. Right side might be integer. Right side might be float. Right side might be string. Doesn't matter for the equal to. Okay. So right side doesn't matter for it. So it might be anything. So imagine right side. What is right side? Right side is an integer. Right side is integer. So equal to take the value 12, which is integer, and gives to the left side variable. See, same thing I have written here. Equal to is one of the operator where it takes right side content. Content means anything you can write, integer, float or string, and gives to left side variable. For example, see, you don't believe me how it saves. Okay, variables. See, this is recently added. I think you can see start coding or generate with a artificial intelligence is growing daily, no? So they integrated here also directly. So here, don't worry about it. So see here, guys, listen very carefully. A equal to 12 I am writing. A equal to 12 I am writing. So first of all, I will write here. Okay, before explaining here, I will explain the 2 lines here. 2 lines, exactly how it works. Guys, you're following me, no? Understanding, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So imagine, where is this? Imagine this is RAM. Okay, imagine this is RAM. RAM means like temporary. Imagine this is RAM. So here I am writing A equal to, I am writing A equal to 12. I am writing. I am running this particular cell. Imagine I am running this line. Once running this line, what Python will, how the Python will understand? You know, if I run the cell, ideally will take my input to the Python software. What Python will do? Right side operation will be given to left side variable. Okay. Now my question is, so it, see, the integer giving to a variable, fine. My question is, will it save in the memory or not? That is the biggest question. Will it save in the memory or not? Of course, it saves in the memory. On top of RAM, temporarily, A equal to 12 will save. Okay. A equal to 12 will save. See here, saves in the memory. Saves in the memory, which means if you're writing a variable, a data type and equal to will take right side operation, gives to left side variable, and this entire content will be saved in the memory. You can ask me, sir, why it is saving? Because you are giving the data type to the variable. So once you're writing the variable means that content, whatever the variable is holding, whatever this variable is holding, everything will be saved in the memory on top of RAM. If you don't believe me, see, I am writing A equal to 12. I am running the cell. See, I am running the cell. See, it executed. Did you get any output? Guys, did you get any output here from the Python? See, as a student, you are writing this line. The ideally, you have run that one. That one is sent to the Python software. Okay, Python, you have sent to the Python software. Do Python software gives the reply for you? Previously, it has given for you. See, previously it is giving for you the reply, but now has it given? No, it is not given. So see, if I run it, A is equal to L, yes, it executed. See, green color tick mark you can see. Green color tick mark, which means this is perfect. But Python is not responding to you. Why? Why it will respond? Why it will respond? Whatever the input that you have given, it is saved in the RAM. It is saved in the RAM. Now, if you want to see whether it is available in the RAM or not, whether it is available in the RAM or not, see, write like this, print A. Sir, what is the meaning of this one? What is the meaning of this one? Print A. What this print will do? Print is a condition in Python. Print is a condition in Python where it prints what you needed. For example, see, I am writing print A. Guys, see, in here you are giving the 12 to a variable A. It is saving in the memory. In the next line, what you are doing? Print A. Print means print is nothing but just to print in front of you. Print means just to print the output in front of you. Nothing about the print. For example, see, what is the meaning of printing machine? Same content it will print. Okay, print is nothing but just printing. But in between this, you have written A, which means calling. You are calling the variable from the memory. So print A. Forget about print. For example, see, forget about print. See, A is equals to 12. Saved in the memory. I am writing A. What is the meaning of this one? You are calling. First line you are saving. A equal to you are saving. In this line, I am calling, hey, A is there in the memory or not? If the A is there in the memory, it will respond. If the variable A there in the memory means What A is holding? A is holding 12. 12 will be given in front of you. 12 will be given in front of you. If not, it will throw error. For example, see this saved in memory. Okay, this saved in memory. For example, here I will write, imagine this is the memory, RAM. Imagine this is the, I am writing like memory. Understand like it is a RAM. Understand it is a RAM. Okay, this is the memory. If I run this line, what happens? If I run this line, what happens? A equal to 12 will save in the memory. A equal to 12 will save in the memory. See, A equal to 12 will save in the memory. See, you can't see, but it is saved. This line saved. Now I am writing A. I am just writing A. I am writing A. So user is calling the variable A from the, okay, user is calling the variable A from the memory. Guys, A is there or not in the memory? You tell me. A is there or not in the memory?
Yes, sir.
It is there.
Yes, sir, it's there.
It is there in the, A is there in the memory. So here you need to understand it is there in the memory. So if you are calling the if you are calling the variable means variable is holding 12. So whatever the variable is holding, that will be shown you as an output. Lot of people will think, sir, you are calling the variable. No, so the variable will be variable should be the output, like the output should be A. No, you are calling the variable. For example, see, imagine this is your family name, this is your name. So if anybody calls your family name, automatically you will respond. Okay, in the same way, the variable is holding the integer. So if I call the variable, variable is holding integer, so the integer will come in front of you. See, 12 is coming in front of you. 12 is coming in front of you. Either you can directly call, or you can keep in a print also. You can keep it in a print. Kamal sir, what is the purpose of keeping in a print? See, instead of directly calling, you are calling and telling the Python to please print in front of you. Okay, what is the print of A means? Here it is directly calling. Directly calling. Not recommended. Directly calling is not at all recommended. Not only calling, but printing in front of the user. Calling and printing, which means print A means first calling whatever that you are calling, the print will take that one and will print in front of you. Will print in front of you. So what happens is first line saved in the memory. Second line print A. A means user is calling A. Okay, user is calling A, it will respond. Okay, A is holding 12. 12 will come. 12 will come and 12 you are printing. 12 you are printing. Simple. 12 you are printing. See, print A also same. It will work. So it saves in the memory. You're calling from the memory. Guys, if you understand this logic, you will get the Python perfectly. A lot of students, they don't understand like how it is going and how it is saving in the memory. For example, another example I will give you. Another example I will ask you. Now you tell me. For example, B is equals to 24.55. 24.55. Print C. Now tell me what happens. Anyway, print C, what happens? Tell me.
Error.
Sir, error will come
Error, may I know why?
because data is saved by B and we are
Yes.
giving the command for C.
Yes. See, if I run this particular line, obviously this will save in the memory. Obviously, this will save in the memory. Okay. Second line, print C means I told you, user is calling the C. Now, okay, it will go inside the memory. It will check whether C is there or not in the memory. It will check everywhere C is there or not. Do we have the C?
No.
Guys, variable C is not there. Variable C is not there. Variable C is not there. If the variable C is not there, means how you are calling and how you are telling the Python to print. It is illogic, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
It is illogic. If the
Yes.
variable is not there in the memory, you can't call it and you can't print. Guys, I hope you understand the relation.
Yes, sir.
Directly, see, directly if you're calling means directly we are calling. You're calling the variable, but if you're calling the variable is different, calling and giving to the print condition to print. That is a perfect relation. Okay. So this is not going to happen. See, exactly same thing I will do. B is equals to 24.55. Okay. Print C. Now here I will tell you, Python is a line by line execution. Here it will be one of the proof for you. See, this is the memory. You know, this is the memory. Okay. If I run this cell, line by line execution will be happened. I'm telling you, first line 24.55 will be given to the variable B, which means this will save in the memory. B is equals to 24.55 will be saved in the memory. Next, okay, first line completed, line by line execution. Once again, I am telling you, after completing the first line only, it goes to the next line. Okay, so after completing first line 100%, then only it goes to the next line. Second line print C. I think you can see the warning here. How many are you able to see this one? This some line is coming in front of you here. C. Under
Yes,
the C,
yellow
there is
color.
a yellow color one.
Yes,
see,
sir,
print
it's
C.
visible.
So here what you're doing as a user, you are calling the variable C from the memory. From the memory, you are trying to call the C. So C calling means it will call and it will, the print will take that one and print in front of you. But C is not there in the memory. C is not there in the memory. So what it will tell you? Exactly in this line, you know what it will get? In this line, you know what it will get? Name C is not defined. This will be your error. What is the meaning? Understand the error also. Name C, which means variable C, whatever you are trying to call, that variable C is not defined, is not there in the memory. Name C is not defined means the variable C is not there in the memory. See, if I run the cell, see, first line saved in the memory, second line see, names, exactly you can see where the error is coming. In the first line not coming, in the second line I am getting the error, and the error is name C is not defined, variable C is not there in the memory. Then how can you call it? How can you call it? So first line, guys, understood? First line is saves in memory. Second one is calling from memory. If available, it will print, or it will throw an error. It will throw an error. Simple logic. Guys, understood?
Sir.
Same thing. For example, let's say C is equals to Arunachal. Print C. Simple logic. Saves in the memory. Calling from the memory. This will save in the memory. You are calling from the memory. Arunachal will be your output. See, Arunachal will be your output. Guys, I hope you understood the relation between the data types and the variable. The relation between the data types and the variable. Guys, understood clear now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
No, few people are not asking me one question. May I know what is the question, that one? Sir, you are writing the variable, no. You are writing only A. You are writing A. You are writing B. Why you are writing A? Why you are writing B? Is there any rule for that? Yes or no?
No,
That is a
sir.
logical part.
Is integer. The P is float.
No, my question for
That's
you
our
is,
wish. For easy
my question.
understanding, you are telling like that only.
Okay. So in Python programming language, so in Python programming language, every concept will be having the rules. For example, if you are traveling, see guys, Python programming is like your day-to-day activity. You need to compare with your life, day-to-day activity. Python, for every concept, there will be rules and you need to follow the rules. Imagine with your real life, if you want to drive a bike, you need to have the helmet. There should be no 3 people on the bike. Car means seat belt. So in the Python also, let's say there are you are discussing about variables now. You are discussing about variables. What is the rules? See, one of the most important concept, rules to create a variables. Rules to create a variables. This is one of the most important point. Rules to create a variable. There are some rules you need to follow to create the variables. Okay, that we will see one by one. Here, one more point that I want to tell you is, what is the meaning of syntax? The keyword syntax means. The keyword syntax means what? Syntax means nothing but rule. Okay. Generally in our day-to-day life, we will call them as rule. Okay. We will call them as rule. So imagine syntax error means what? Guys, syntax error means.
Rule.
Syntax means rule. Syntax error means not following the rule. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Not following the rule. The meaning of syntax is rule. Syntax error means not following the rule. Not following the rule. Okay. So this is the data type variables, and there are some rules that we need to
Follow.
There are some rules that you need to follow. If you won't follow, you will get error. You can tell me like, come on sir, I won't follow the rules. You won't follow means this is not a traffic police officer. Okay. It's a software. It won't agree. It will throw the error immediately. So guys, is this enough? Should I tell the rules also? It's your wish.
So you can tell us the rules.
Okay. Okay, rules. Variable rules to create a variable. The first rule that you need to keep in mind is the first, I think directly I will write here. Directly I will write rules to create a variables. There are some rules you need to follow. So rule number 1. What is the rule number 1? Variable should not start with a, listen very carefully, variable should not start with a number. Okay, if you want to start with a number, please use underscore. Please use underscore. First rule, rule number 1. Variable should not start with a number. If you want to start, please use underscore. What is the meaning of it? For example, if I write 90A is equals to 12. 90A equal to 12. Every time if you are writing equal to means your eyes should be look right side only. I am telling you. Lot of students, they will look into left side. If there is equal to, first focus on right side, because equal to will give right side one to left side, not left side one to right side. Okay. So if I am writing 90A equal to 12. So what equal to will do? Equal to right side, which means this is an integer. Which means this is an integer. Integer, it is trying to give to left side variable. So left side, it is a variable 90A. Is it allowed? 90A. Variable should not start with a number. See, 90A is equals to 12. So you see here, you are writing a variable. You are writing a variable, and the variable is starting with a number. Variable is starting with a number. Let's see what happens. Guys, what is the error here? Can you see here? What is the error? What is this error? Syntax error.
Syntax error.
Which means, what is the meaning of syntax error? Are you following the rule?
No.
No, you are not following the rule. And where you are not following the rule? See where it is highlighting? Exactly here. Exactly here it is highlighting. So variable should not start with a number. If you want to start with a number, please use underscore, which means underscore shift button and the button which is beside of 0. Shift 90A is equals to 12. This is possible. Sorry. Underscore 90A. 90. So this is possible. So if you are writing an underscore means this will be treated like a variable. So this will go into the memory. In the memory underscore 90A equal to 12. It will be saved in the memory. And you are calling from the memory. It will print. This is accepted. This is accepted. Okay. This is accepted. Okay. Saving. Once again, I am telling you, first line saving, second line calling. Simple. Guys, understood rule number 1?
Yes, sir.
Variable should not start with a number. What is the rule number 2?
If you
What is
want to start the variable, you need to use underscore.
So rule number 2 will be like variable should be in a single word. Multiple words should not be given. If you want to give, please use underscore. What is the meaning of this, sir? What is the meaning of this? For example, if I am writing Sai Kiran is equals to 100.5. Right side operation, a floating value I want to give to left side variable. Sai is there, Kiran is there. Out of these two, which one I need to give? Variable should be in a single word. Multiple words should not be given. So here multiple words are there. Sai is there, Kiran is there. 2 words are there. Multiple words should not be given. If you want to give, make underscore and connect them. If you make the underscore and connect them means it will be like a bridge between them. They both will be considered as a single word. See here, I will implement and show in front of you. Sai Kiran is equals to 100.5. Okay, 100.5. If I run this, so first line, if I run this one, it should save in the memory. But it is not going to save in the memory because there is an issue. Variable can't be multiple words. You can give only a single word. See, it can't be a multiple word. See exactly in where syntax error. Syntax error, and where the error is highlighting, exactly here. Exactly here. So if you want to give multiple words as a variable, what is the solution? What is the solution? Connect them with underscore.
Give underscore in between them.
Yes, if you give underscore, Sai Kiran underscore is connected. But because Sai underscore Kiran will be treated like a single word. You are maintaining the bridge between them. You are connecting them and maintaining the bridge between them. This is possible. This is possible. This is possible. See, saving. I am writing once again here. You are saving in the memory, saving, calling, saving and calling. This is rule number 2. Guys, understood? Rule number 2, everyone.
Yes, sir.
Rule number 1 and rule number 2. Rule number 3. Rule number 3. What is the rule number 3? Python is an case sensitive. What is the meaning of case sensitive? Which means capital letters and small letters. For example, see here, I am writing A is equals to 100. Print capital A. Now tell me, if I run these two lines, will I get any error? In the memory, first line if I run, it goes and it saves in the memory. A equal to 100, fine. Second line, you are calling the variable from the memory. What variable you are calling, guys?
Capital letter.
You are calling the capital letter. Do the capital letter is available in the memory?
No.
No. Small a is there, but you are calling the capital A. That is what case sensitive means. As a human being, you know capital, small. This is a small a, this is a capital A. But according to the computer, this is binary formats and this is also different level of binary formats internally. Okay. So you know that is a small and capital. Python don't know. So Python is a case sensitive. If you are writing a small variable means you need to call them with small only. If you are writing the capital means it won't allow. For example, A is equals to data. In between the quotes you write anything, it's a string. So string I am giving to a variable A. Print capital A. What will be my error? Can anyone tell me? Saves in memory and calls from memory. Just now I told you what is it?
Capital A.
Capital letter.
Name capital A is not defined. This will save it in the memory, but you are calling the capital A which is not there in the memory.
Yes.
Name capital A is not defined, which means capital A variable is not there in the memory. This is the rule number 3. Variables are case sensitive. Small means small, capital means capital. That's it. Last rule is rule number 4. Don't use these symbols as a variables. Don't use these symbols as a variables. What are the rules? I will tell you. Just give me a minute. It will be in AI part. Just string dot continue. Okay. Don't worry about it. I'll just copy them. Okay, guys.
Special character symbols.
Yes, punctuations. These symbols you should not use as a variable. These symbols you should not use as a variable. For example, dollar symbol. Dollar symbol is equals to 100. Print to dollar. See, variable is belongs to symbol. It's not right. It's not the rule. See, syntax error. Whatever the symbols that you see here, you should not use them as a variables. So what are the rules, guys? A variable should not start with a number. If you want, use underscore. Variable should be a single word. If you want to use multiple words, use underscore. Variables are case sensitive and should not use this symbol. Now tell me, if I use this A is equals to 100, it will satisfy all the rules. First rule, it is not starting with a number. Second rule, it is not a multiple words. Third number, I am giving the variable and I am calling with the same variable. Fourth one, it is not in a punctuations. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
It is satisfying all the rules.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that's what I'm telling. Every concept will be having the rules. Okay. So this is the meaning of data types, variables, and rules of the variables. If you have any queries, you can ask me. Guys, if you have any queries, you can ask me now. I will save this file. See how I will give the materials is whatever the file that I have done in front of you, I am saving the file, the changes, whatever I done. Okay. So I will close that. Okay. See here. I will share this drive link now. Team will share now. So today I have done data types, variables, and rules of the variables. It will be available here in this folder. See this file. If you double click the file, it will open. If you double click the file in your drive, once I double click the file, it will open in your Google Drive. Okay. So next, sir, whatever the theoretical stuff that you written, what about that? As I told you. So data types, variables, rules of variables. Okay. Yes. Where that file should be? It should be in the material. The written files will be in materials. See. Can see the file is here. Whatever I have written, it is here. Next one, PPT. PPT. Few people will be interested in the PPT, in my guess. So Python, what was the concept? Data types, see, data types, variables, and operators is also included. So Python introduction also I will send. Data types, variables, and operators included. Tomorrow we'll discuss operators. So see, two PPTs I am uploading also, and another one recording will be uploaded by team. PPT is here, material is here. My work is available here, which I have done in front of you. But no one is asking me, sir, what about examples? Today you taught us data types, you taught us about variables, you taught us about rules of the variables. So don't you want examples on that? Same concept with multiple examples. But I have done, see, for example, here I have done only 1 or 2 things, but here lot of things will be available. Let me go to here. Python examples. What was the concept? See, variables. Do I have? I think data types no needed. Variables example is there, and float example. I think. No. Just give me a second. Numbers. Yeah, 3 things which we completed till now. Lot of examples. I will open and show in front of you. So here I have done the variables concept now. I mean rules of the variables. Just for every rule I have given 1 example. But see, if you go to the example file, variables, you can see here variables. If I open that one, you can see here. You can see how many examples will be there. How many examples? See, rules to define a variable clearly, and lot of examples you can see. If there is anything missing, sir, there are a lot of things which is not there that you told, means leave it. Slowly we'll learn one after the other, okay? But see, lot of examples you can see. Lot of examples on the variables concept. Okay? Float, for example, float also you can see how to write the float with multiple examples. Don't go to the internet and waste the time. See, this type is there, sir. You didn't teach me about type. Leave it. Tomorrow I will tell. Definitely. Okay. So whatever completed, if it is available in the obviously it will available in the example files. Please learn from the example files also. So learn from the file which I have done the work in front of you, and Learn from here also, both the things. See, this type I will tell you tomorrow, easy thing. So all the materials are up to date. Please be practice, okay?